everyone, I am Penner Natalia Alexandrovna, Senior Lecturer of Foreign Languages and Literature Division of Sakaragdan Bayeshev University. Today, the topic of our lecture is Methods of Foreign Language Teaching as a Science. We are going to discuss the following questions: general remarks, subject matter of methods, general methods, special methods, connection of methods of foreign language teaching to other sciences such as pedagogy, psychology, and lexicology. The English word method is used to designate a branch of study. Methods as a branch of study is the science of ways or manners or methods, as we call them, of teaching. Methods of foreign language teaching is the science of methods of teaching foreign languages. So methods of foreign language teaching as an independent science has its subject of study, that is, a foreign language. Has its object of study. It is a process of learning the language, the formation of skills and abilities to use the language in the communication process. Has its own conceptual apparatus, that is, system of terms and definitions related to the content of the science. Here on the slide you see the classification of language teaching methodology. Just on the top, language teaching methodology, which is subdivided into theories of language and learning, instructional design features, which has a subdivision: objective syllabus, activities, roles of teachers, roles of learners, materials, and observed teaching practices. Again, we see the subdivision of methods of foreign language teaching, and here we see structural method, grammar translation, audiolingual, functional method, situational language teaching, then interactive method. We will speak about it later in another lecture. So it covers four main problems. When we have a deal with the methods of teaching foreign languages, we are to answer four main questions. Aims of teaching a foreign language. Why to teach a foreign language? Content of teaching. What to teach to attain the aims. Methods of techniques and techniques of teaching. That is, how to teach a foreign language to attain the aims in most effective way to meet modern requirements. And the last question, whom to teach. Methods are divided into two big groups: general methods, the methods dealing with general problems of a foreign language teaching, irrespective of the language taught, whether it is English, German, French, Chinese, doesn't matter. And special methods, methods of teaching of a particular foreign language, that is, the teaching of a definite foreign language is treated. In our case, we're speaking about methods of teaching English or Chinese language. Connection of methods of foreign language teaching to other sciences. As it was mentioned just at the very beginning of the lecture, it is connected with pedagogy, psychology, psychology of the higher nervous system, and linguistics. Pedagogy. Pedagogy is a science connected with the teaching and education of the younger generation. So to be a teacher, to teach students any language, you need to know at least the basis of pedagogy, because it's the process that involves not only the teaching of a foreign language, but also some characteristics of teaching and education of younger generation. We need to know everything about their age, about their needs, and etc. Pedagogy is subdivided into educational pedagogy and instructional pedagogy, that is, didactics. Here on the scheme you see pedagogical philosophy. This scheme is very big, but it covers all the aspects of pedagogical philosophy. So, psychology, the relation of the methods of teaching foreign language with psychology. Psychology is the science of mind and behavior. Psychology includes the study of conscious and unconscious phenomena, as well as feeling and thought. One cannot develop language skills, listening comprehension, speaking, reading, writing of our learners effectively if we do not know and take into account the psychology of habits and skills, the ways of forming them, the influence of formerly acquired habits on the formation of new ones, and many other necessary factors that psychology can supply us with. It's very important to speak about psychology and to know the psychology of concrete age we are going to teach. Later we will speak about some characteristics of young learners of secondary or high school. Pedagogy, educational pedagogy, and psychology. Pedagogy and psychology overlap each other, or like two interesting circles have a common area which domain bears the name of educational psychology. So while creating the materials for the lessons, while organizing and conducting the lessons, you need to know all the characteristics of each aid, their needs, their behavior. And of course, we cannot but speak about the relations of methods of teaching English with linguistics. Linguistics is the scientific study of language, and it involves the analysis of language form, language meaning, and language in context. We cannot teach, we cannot learn any language without the knowledge of linguistics. Linguistics traditionally analyze human language by observing an interplay between sound and meaning. Linguistics also deals with the social, cultural, historical, and political factors that influence language, through which linguistic and language-based context is often determined. So we see that methods of teaching foreign languages is closely connected with three basic sciences like pedagogy, psychology, and linguistics. So here on the slide you see the list of recommended literature, which will be very useful for you for preparation for exams, and I hope that the material of the lecture will be very helpful for you in your future teaching practice.